Sanrio is known to have over 450 characters, and yet their cozy RPG Hello Kitty Island Adventure will never fit them all, which is all thanks to one thing: licensing issues. However, that simply cannot stay that way forever. I'm Telixi, and luckily there's this wonderful thing called human imagination, so come along, because in just a moment I'm going to put that to use. I think it would be amazing if Hello Kitty Island Adventure could have certain collab characters make an appearance. I hope you all have a happy new year. By the time you're watching this, it's probably already New Year's Eve, or even a little later, depending on how long it takes me to edit this video. Feel free to correct me if I got any information wrong about the characters. I really did my research, but even website editors make mistakes. Same with people yapping on about things on the internet, such as myself. But anyway, let's begin. If you're not familiar with this fellow, his name is Littleforestfellow and is also known as Marrow. He first appeared in 2015 as part of the My Melody universe and is My Melody's second cousin. His red hood is supposed to be My Melody's original hood, which she had given to him as a gift. This plot point is another really great way to portray the fact that Sanrio had scrapped My Melody being a counterpart to Little Red Riding Hood. Littleforestfellow is also said to have rather small ears underneath his hood that he is insecure about. He is not super common or merchandised nowadays, so it's time to give him a greater purpose. As for his role in the game, I'd imagine him appearing in a hidden forest area that branches out of the existing Merry Meadows. Thematically, it would fit there perfectly, and it would let one of the waterfalls function as an entrance. This area could be a reference to the Little Red Riding Hood with the type of animals and cottages it would have. I tried to make the creature names just as goofy as they are in the game. They can be called the most random things. And here's the final result. I'm happy with how it came out. I'm only really creating concepts here instead of full-fledged maps, so the locations will look very tiny in comparison to a full in-game land. We have some fruit trees here that already exist in the game, but bigger, some cute forest cottages as visitor cabins, even some Littleforestfellow and some wolf-themed grey flowers as a nod to the fairy tale. And a bunch of critters, all with their very own Hello Kitty-fied names. The waterfall and the willow trees were kind of a last-minute addition, but I feel they fit in either way. I even added some strawberry and raspberry bushes, since surprisingly, despite strawberries being a thing in the game, they can't really be obtained in the lands. Haha, now we know your secret, Pochako. The Jewelpet franchise and its most notable characters were created in 2008, and it is one of the collaborations between Sega and Sanrio, but I'll get back to the other one later. The franchise consists of 42 different pets, all named and designed after well-known birthstones and gemstones. Story-wise, they live in a place called Jewelland and attend a school where to learn magic with their human partners. Jewelpet has 11 different pieces of anime media if we count the seasons of the series and the movies, making it Sanrio's longest series. I'd imagine the main three, Ruby, Garnet and Sapphire, could be befriended in the game, and perhaps they'd have other plot-wise important characters as their visitors. A couple of them could appear as permanent NPCs. I apologize if there will be any noise in the background. It's really hard to find a good time to record, but I gotta do it sometimes. A couple of them could appear as permanent NPCs as well, kind of like the flowers. Though I'm sure it would be great to have a friendship system with them too, so to fix that I'd have these NPCs travel just like visitors, but you'd get them to stay with gifts when they visit instead of designing a cabin for them. Jewelpets would have their own separate section in none other than Wet Flower Wonderland. The gemstone theme in there lines up with their concept really well. Their story on why they're visiting the island in the first place would definitely be one of Ruby's failed magic spells, to reference the first season of the series.
やば、失敗しちゃった。
ちょっと、この子危険動物なんじゃない？そうかも。警察？それとも自衛隊呼ぶ？
It's too fun not to be included. And here's the finished area. Each of the main pets get their own tower. There are some fun gemstone rocks and a whole crystal cave. For some reason I really love crystal caves in games, I had to add it. And of course, some of the pets familiar from the anime. In this piece, I strayed a bit from Island Adventures art style when drawing the pets, but I think the background still gets the feel across. Show by Rock was initially a rhythm game, eventually there were 2 of them, released in the 2010s, then it spawned 4 seasons worth of anime. Yet I don't see a single soul talk about it here on YouTube, so it's my time to shine, I suppose. This franchise focuses on music artists with a chibi animal form and their bands as they go about their daily life, perform spectacular concerts, and often compete with each other. This franchise has now faded into obscurity, having only a relatively small online fanbase, though it did win first place in South Korea in 2021 on the annual Sanrio character rankings. However, each band still has several albums that you can listen to on music streaming platforms to this day. It's not only a character franchise, but a massive collaboration with talented artists. And not the only one Sanrio has made. I'll be back to this later. I'd imagine that the 2 mascot characters you see, most of them associated with the game, Hoenn and Cyan, would be befriendable, and the rest of their bands could appear as visitor NPCs, similarly to what I just thought up for Jewelpet. It would be really cool to get more dialogue from other characters from both franchises, so permanent NPCs giving quests could be fun. After all, I'm sure one or more of these less mentioned characters are someone's favorite. Well, some of them are mine. I also decided to give Cyan here a barely visible outfit update just for fun. They are shown wearing quite a few different ones in their official art, so it fits right in. Where would the bands fit in, you may ask? In City Town, of course. I'd imagine they'd have this little backstage in the theater and would have concert-themed quests where they'd meet up with Retsuko and friends and some others. There could also be a heavily simplified rhythm game to go with them to add to the gaming experience. And here goes the first edit. Unfortunately, I deleted the Procreate files for some of these. I needed that precious storage. So you're gonna have to watch me draw something else, and I only have the result for some of these. For example, this edit of Cyan and Ratori is technically a year old, if not more, and I only updated the eye details a little to fit my newer drawings for this video. Here I didn't exactly draw the characters, but edited them on using their 3D model screenshots instead. Let's move on to the backstage. It's very cute and based off of the same area from the anime. I think it's wall with all these scribbles, writing and drawings all over it has a lot of potential to look cool in a game. There's also this super simplified rhythm game concept and a screenshot edit with the backstage door. I'd imagine all the in-game songs you collect could be played in the rhythm game, as well as many new ones. This would open up a whole new possibility of gameplay and a new side to the player base. But don't stop the music yet, since the Beatcats are here too. They are also a collab, and with none other than Sega's toy manufacturers, Sega Toys this time. So I haven't really seen any Beatcats toys around until I googled them. Have you guys? According to their lore, this adorable band consists of 5 colorful cats. Mia, Chelsea, Rico, Layla and Emma, and they appear when someone is really excited and feed on the emotion. They would also be the perfect addition during Halloween, since they used to be the pets of a vampire lady that decided to somehow quit being a vampire, and so the cats in their sadness fell into a deep sleep, woke up in modern times, and formed this band to stay afloat and quite literally stay alive. I swear Sanrio characters can have the simplest and most genius stories. Like, what do you mean this story is a single sentence long? It could have been a film. They're the other franchise that is technically a band collab and have a ton of music released under their name, all available on YouTube, as music platforms have completely taken them down outside of Japan. The group is said to have been disbanded in 2024, once the Beatcats rhythm game was taken down, because yeah, they also had a rhythm game, but they never officially discontinued the characters. They would appear in a separate music-themed area, starting out from City Town. I'd imagine the characters from the other music-based franchises I mentioned to gather here and meet up. I used some Beatcats and Show by Rock official art as inspiration for this one. I can even imagine the Japanese singers Ado's collab character and Maimai from the Wish Me Well franchise here, just to mention even more characters. Plus, I adore Adorozatorumary. She just looks so cool. I didn't know too much about Mewkledreamy before I did research on her. She is relatively new, her franchise being launched in 2017. Mewkledreamy also had an anime series created by JC Staff that ran from April 2020 until April 2021. This series is very reminiscent of the My Melody anime to me, except here Mew and her friend visit other people's literal night dreams to solve the plot's problems. Mew is a purple kitten plush created by fairies. She comes from a world in the sky, but she fell down and was picked up by Yume, a human girl. Their friendship grew stronger and her wish to the moon granted her the ability to speak. Yu also has the ability to enter others' dreams if she sleeps near them, and she is studying dream interpretation. She is also said to be afraid of dogs, until she befriends Kyu-chan, Yume's dog. And good thing she does. There are quite a few dogs in this Sanrio cast. In the game, she definitely have quests near City Town or on a separate section of Cloud Islands. Her friends would be visitors or NPCs in the two mentioned areas, and she could have quests and even a City Town booth where she interprets some of the other characters' dreams, as well as giving the players some simple dialogues about that as well. Here's the finished drawing of her City Town dream booth. I based it off of a Mewkledreamy castle playset I found a picture of online. The colorful dream castle vibe is going on not only fits her super well, but the area too. It's so cute and colorful. She could have some dream interpretation related quests, as well as dialogue with some basic dream interpretations, such as in the ending segments of the anime. And a drum roll, please. To leave one of the most widely requested characters for last, we have Rhythm, My Melody's younger brother. He is described as a mischievous character that has a great relationship with his sister. He also appeared in the 2006 anime Onegai My Melody. I'd imagine he'd show up as a simple visitor, likely in the resort area, or on the forest one I created for Littleforestfellow. He'd most likely appear through a quest, similarly how other visitors for My Melody have done in the past. Something I find interesting about Rhythm is that his name has been decided by Sanrio fans via readers of the 2000s magazine Strawberry News, just like My Sweet Piano, who was given a name about 12 years later in August 2005. Rhythm is not a super widespread Sanrio character, as I haven't seen a single piece of merch of him in my life until I googled it, but he is beloved among fans of Onegai My Melody and the My Melody franchise as a whole. I decided to make a simple, style-accurate edit of him being a player companion along with My Melo, and I think he turned out pretty cute in the end. Well guys, our journey into the world of Sanrio collab characters ends here. These designs and concepts were super fun for me to work on. Game design, especially visuals and mechanics, have always fascinated me. Creating something of its kind was truly special. And honestly, I'd love to create more. Which one was your favorite? make sure to comment below. I know there are a ton of other licensed characters that are in the same boat as the ones I drew. I feel Sanrio is a lot like Pokemon, to quote a random post I saw shared on Pinterest. Everyone that knows it has a favorite, and every character is someone's favorite. So even if I haven't covered them, I'm sure there's someone out there that appreciates all the Sanrio characters, whether they're featured in the game or not. Comment below if you do. Thank you so much for making it this far into the video, and if you had fun, make sure to like, and if you'd like to see similar content, wouldn't mind if you subscribed, mayhaps. I appreciate all the interactions my content gets. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you another time. Bye!